The Akai Kensei, aka the Red Sword Saints. The Akai Kensei were founded during the 24th founding, known as the Crimson Dawn, as part of the Imperium's effort to forge new Space Marine chapters inspired by various cultural archetypes in order to gain loyalty among Imperial worlds. This chapter draws inspiration from ancient warrior codes resembling those of ancient feudal Japan, combined with the deadly precision of the Adeptus Astartes. Their homeworld is Tsukigami Prime, a heavily forested and mountainous planet locked in perpetual twilight due to a thick, shrouding atmosphere. The planet's inhabitants have a long tradition of martial honor and deep spiritual connection to their ancestors, mirrored by the chapter's own customs. Their chapter symbol is that of a crimson katana crossed with a stylized crescent moon, symbolizing the eternal vigilance of the warrior under the watchful eye of the night. They have a Bushido code, which the Akai Kensei follow, emphasizing loyalty, courage, self-discipline, and respect. They value honor above all, believing that a warrior spirit must be pure for the Emperor's light to guide them. They also hold sacred the memory of their founding fathers and past heroes, calling upon their spirits in meditation before battle. Warriors often inscribe their own deeds on their armor, continuing a legacy of valor. Oftentimes before battle, they perform a ritual known as Kiri no Rei, aka the Mist Bow. It is a silent bow to the battlefield and their enemies, acknowledging the honor in conflict and the inevitability of death. Their power armor is adorned with traditional samurai motifs, and their weapons include highly refined power katanas and lightning yari spears. Their bolters are sleek, designed for precision rather than brute force. In battle, the Akai Kensei specialize in swift, precise strikes in close combat, favoring the katana and the spear. They emphasize hitokiri tactics, aka swift assassination and surgical strikes, to disrupt enemy command structures and morale. They fight with calm determination, using shadows and terrain to their advantage, striking like ghostly warriors out of the mists. Their chapter master is called Kazuo Shingen, the stoic leader known for his unmatched skill with the power katana, said to have cut down a demon prince in a single stroke during the siege of the Yomi Gates. The captain, Hanae the Silent, leader of the Third Company, famed for his stealth operations and ability to move unseen across the battlefield, earning the nickname Ghost of Tsukigami. They have two chapter relics, the Red Shadow, aka the Akakage. It is an ancient power blade said to be forged from the metal of a fallen star, passed down from chapter master to chapter master. The Scroll of Eternal Dawn is a sacred text containing the code of honor and battle hymns, guarded by zealot chaplains. The Akai Kensei have a bitter rivalry with that of chaos, especially cultists who mock their honor with false rituals and corruption. They have also fought extensively against orc warbands who desecrate their sacred forests. And that's just a little bit of lore on Samurai Space Marines. So the reason why I wanted to talk about this fan lore, this custom chapter, is because so often do I see people wanting to kitbash samurai-themed Space Marines. Samurai Astartes has been very popular since the inception of 40K. I've seen tons of people try and make their own homebrew, their own fan lore, very samurai or at least Japanese-esque themed. We know that the weeaboos are out and about, especially with Commander Farsight and the Tau, with mechs and swords and stuff like that. But when it comes to the Astartes, there isn't really a samurai or feudal Japan themed chapter. The closest we can get is that of Jagdai Khan, but again, that's more Mongolian centric, and it's all about bikes and speed, not so much about katanas and samurai themes. But we've seen a ton of fan lore, a ton of fan artwork. We even have third-party studios creating 3D printed pieces of war gear that you can put on your Space Marines to make them look like the perfect samurai warrior on the battlefield. And this lore that I just gave you is a bit of homebrew, a little taste of what we can find. There are tons of Space Marine chapters out there revolving around this type of lore. There even is people who have homebrewed their own version of either the 2nd or the 11th Legion Primarch being Japanese feudal samurai themed. So it is a very popular topic out there, and I just wanted to bring it more attention because a couple days ago I put out a post here on YouTube about whether you guys wanted to see GW actually put out Japanese or samurai themed Astartes, because I thought for the most part you guys wouldn't like that. It's just a small following, but it turns out that if it is a loud minority, there is a ton of people who actually want it. So going back to the post that I did, I've basically said that throughout the years, countless fan arts, kit bashes, and fan lore on samurai themed Space Marines has made it really popular. So do you think GW will ever do that? And for the most part, I don't think they will, because again, we already have that thematic essence with the White Scars. But for the most part, your comments were positive. Like, people were saying, absolutely get them on board. I'm sure somewhere out in the cosmos, there's a chapter of Space Ronin or something like that. The sentiment of samurai in feudal Japan actually fits perfectly in Warhammer 40K. So that's the thing. We have feudal worlds, we have knight houses. Space Marines are supposed to be either knightly warriors or Greek warriors. Their themes go back to ancient human civilizations, so why not include that of the samurai? Throughout the entirety of the Horus Heresy and even now into the 40K era, we see that Space Marines aren't just expert marksmen. A lot of them pride themselves on being the best swordsman out there. Hell, Lucius was all about being the best warrior when it comes to weapons and swords, and so we can easily see that same sentiment cross over to that of samurai themed 40K warriors. Whether it is the 2nd or the 11th Legion that was actually themed this way, or you have a chapter of Space Marines hailing from maybe the White Scars or the Emperor's Children that have kind of been separated through warp storms and have adopted the customs of a certain planet to be that of like feudal Japan, I could easily see this being available. Now, the real awesome part is 3D printing. So many products are out there on Etsy, eBay, space katanas, samurai armor, Oni masks. Like, the aesthetic is just there and it looks really awesome. But anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. So let me know your thoughts on samurai Astartes. Is it a thing that you want to happen, or should we just leave it to the homebrew? But that's all I got for today, guys. So thanks again for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And as always, it's been the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.